Hi everyone, my name is Denée and this is my quarterly video. So a bit about me is I am the CEO and co-founder of My Centerpiece, which is a natural and sustainable self-care company that I started in 2020 where I sell handmade products like soap and candles. Aside from that, I am also a graduate student in the Professional Communications program with a background in journalism, public relations, and social media management. So in this video, I'll be answering a few of the questions to share my experience about the Zone Learning course and a bit about my project. So the project that I pursued in the course was my business, My Centerpiece, and I launched a campaign called Light and Learn. The goal of this campaign was to combine my passion for storytelling as a journalism grad, along with my passion for creating creative and handmade candles. So in the collection, I raise awareness about important and relevant topics through interviews where the source chose the name of the candle and explained the significance of that name. So for example, during February, I launched a Black Canadian history collection featuring Rosemary Sadler, who was very important and championed actually bringing Black History Month to Canada. So it was really interesting to speak with her. She chose to name her candle Rooted because of all of her deep roots in Canada. And then I also did one for International Women's Day, which featured a woman named Unstoppable Tracy. The word that she chose was unstoppable. And if you read the link, you'll understand why she chose unstoppable, just because of the experience that she had, always being told no, but she somehow worked through all of the adversities and challenges that she faced. Since launching the campaign in February, I've launched 2 collections, the Black History Month and International Women's Day, and I'm working towards my third to launch in May. So to talk about the journey, launching the collection was definitely a bit of a roller coaster with a number of ups and downs. Since the collection involved a lot of collaboration and reaching out to sources for interview, it was challenging at times when I didn't hear back from someone who I really wanted to interview. It was kind of discouraging when I wasn't able to interview everyone that I wanted to, or if I wasn't able to, execute the interview as I wanted to, or when there was technical difficulties and challenges. That was very discouraging. But on the other hand, everything happens for a reason, and it was a really exciting moment for me to connect with some people that I never thought I would talk to. So Rosemary Sadler, for example, it was really amazing for her when she even answered my email. I even got to meet her in person and we took photos. So that was a really great opportunity. And I would say the best month for the collection was in February because there were so many Black History Month events that I was a vendor and I was a part of that, so really got to present and talk about my project and really showcase it. And I received a lot of support at all those markets, and I networked and connected with a lot of different individuals who were impressed with the project and the collection that I launched. So to speak about the setbacks, although February was a very powerful and empowering month for me and my project, there were still some setbacks that I faced with my project. So the one that stands out to me the most was when I lost my audio files for 2 of the interviews that I did for my International Women's Day collection. So this left me completely distraught and I honestly wanted to give up. But thankfully I didn't give up. I really focused on grit and resilience, which are some skills that we learned. Funny enough, one of the candles, someone actually named it Resilience. And that was one that got deleted. So I guess it was, a sign for me to keep going and just to push through it. So yeah, I was really upset about that, but I didn't let it hold me back. And I was still able to execute and release that collection on time. So that was a really big lesson. Technically, it's really important to just make sure you test things before and have backup and options, because technology sometimes, it could fail, unfortunately. So towards the end of semester, I reconnected with one of my friends that I shared my project with at the start of the semester, and I interviewed her for the interview project to get an idea of what she thought of the candle in the collection. So from her and the people that I met at markets, I learned a lot of valuable information about the collection, and that it was really, a needed project. Some people didn't even know who Rosemary Sadler was, and her story, which was really, upsetting, as she played a huge role in Black History Month and championing to bring it to Canada. So it was really important for me to get her story out there, and I'm happy that now more people know who she is and learning more about Black Canadian history. On the other hand, I also learned a lot of information from that interview with my friend for some suggestions for me to improve my website, and how to make it a better user experience, maybe changing the interface, making it a little bit more exciting and interesting. In terms of myself, this project helped me learn how persistent I am and the type of worker that I am and what I need to thrive. So, for example, losing the audio, that was really upsetting to me, but I really, even reflecting the journals, it was really nice to see how I didn't give up. I didn't let that hold me back. And how did you advance in your field or industry? I think that adding this personable element to my product and to my business really helped me to stand out in my industry. A lot of people make candles, they sell candles, or even soap, but I've never seen anyone doing it the way that I do it, or bring in, storytelling. Especially since they're both so personable to me, I think it really gives me a unique edge. So the next steps for me is to continue sharing this project, continuing to launch collections, and to reach as many people as I can. So this will look like, still doing outreach to find people to interview, conducting those interviews, and, launching these important and valuable campaigns. I would like to do, more of an exciting campaign, and definitely update my website for the blog especially. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And a piece of advice that I give myself is definitely to take your time and not to rush things. A lot of the time I felt that I was kind of, rushing the blogs just to meet the deadline. But people can tell when you rush your work. So it's really important to just take your time, plan things out, organize yourself so that you can execute and present your best foot forward, present your best work. And my key takeaways and the value of the course was that it was a really good opportunity for me to reflect on my business, which I haven't done a lot about. Like I journal about personal things in my life, but to really just journal about my business was really interesting, and it was my first time doing something like that, and I really saw the value in that, because I really was able to track my progress. Some weeks I felt like I wasn't doing anything, but then when I go back to my timelines and my journals, I noticed like, okay, wow, I did accomplish a lot. So I think the journals were a really valuable aspect to the course, and that's all. Bye. Thank you.